This is a short video for inserting the Math 155 final exam into your MyClasses page. First, go to the Statistics Faculty Sharing site. You should see right up here, it says Final Exam, Spring 2025. Just click on it. Scroll down, click Build. Then go ahead and just copy these instructions. It might even be easiest if we just try to edit and then select everything and then just copy everything. Okay, and then at this point you can click cancel. And now at this point, go to your own course. Okay, go to assignments. We're going to create a group and we'll just call it final exam. I'm using a weighted average and it's worth 20% of my grade, so I'm just going to do that. You may have set this section up already. Anyway, I'm going to move the group to the top. You don't need to do this, it's just easier to see. Anyway, then go to the home section. And I'm going to do the same thing at the home section, right? So for the module name here, I'm going to call this final exam. Add the module. Gets created at the bottom. I'm just going to move it to the top. This will be nice because then we can see it easily and so can our students. Then we're going to click the plus sign. We're going to create a new quiz, not assignment, quiz. And we're going to create our quiz. The quiz name, we'll call it Final Exam. I'll call it Spring 2025. Make sure that the group is in your Final Exam section that you had just created under Assignments. Add the item. Now let's click on that Final Exam. Okay. You can make it out of 100 points if you want, right? This is just the common final part. I'm going to make it out of 40 because there are only 40 questions. Okay. Now, if you have students with accommodations, you can assign to appropriately. But for right now, I'm just going to select Build. All right. And then at this point, for instructions, I'm going to go ahead and paste the instructions that I had copied. So now I've got that. Okay. Now at this point, I'm going to click that little plus sign down here. Oh, no, you know what? I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to click Item Banks. And then I'm going to filter by Shared With Me. And then for banks, I'm going to type in Spring 2025. And look, that pulls up the Statistics Faculty Sharing site part. So I'm going to select the multiple choice part. And note that this has all the questions, right, that we want. And so I'm just going to click the all plus all random button. Right, and you see that that just added these questions right here, right? All the multiple choices. Then I'm going to press, whoop. No, I guess I'm not going to do that. Anyway, let's just go back to item banks at this point. And again, I will look at the Spring 2025s, and this time I'm going to do the numerical answers. That's the other 15 of them. And then that should be it. All right? It's saved at this point. If you want to go ahead and if you look at settings, you can choose to allow calculator if you want for the whole exam, but each question that required a calculator should have already had this selected. So I don't think you need to, but if you want to be safe, then you can just do it. You might want to shuffle the questions. You might want to shuffle the answers. You probably want to require a student access code, right? And you probably want to put on a time limit, maybe 1 hour and 15 minutes, right? Given that that is the length of the exam. Okay? Okay. So we have that, and I think that's it. I think that's all we would want to do. Yeah, and so we're looking good. So we can return, right? And note that they've saved our quiz, right? One other thing I suppose I could also share, if you would like, we haven't published anything yet, but you can make your exam available starting at the time when your final exam is assigned. So, for example, mine is assigned Wednesday, the 21st, 1:30 p.m. And I guess I can make it available until Wednesday, right? In case someone comes late and you still want to end it right then, you could still make it 1:30. Oh, wait, no, sorry. I guess it would be 2:45 p.m., right? And at that point, we can build it, and it would save it. Right? So anyway, that's how we do it. And anyway, just to point out, if we go back home, right, and we take a look, notice that this is unpublished, right? I could publish the module if I wanted, and I could publish the final exam if I wanted. I'm not going to do it right now, but you can feel free to do so, and as long as it's locked with an access code, then students shouldn't be able to access it early. So that's how you do it.